Yeah, buddy. So just real quick, years ago, I had a buddy of mine who, I mean, I guess you could call it cheating, but it wasn't really cheating because I did tell him he could sleep. Like I had an open relationship, so there was a time when I had a buddy, and I was like, I'm in an open relationship, dude, and it's like if you want to be with my current girlfriend at the time, go right ahead. And he ended up doing that. They did it in a deceitful manner behind my back, which was the thing that I really didn't like. Like if that's the way it's gonna go, then it's an open, and we should be open with our communications. And it's like if that's what you guys are gonna go do, then just tell me and then go and fucking do it. But behind my back, that makes it fucking weird. That makes it not cool. That makes it not open because it's literally behind closed doors. So anyway, he did that, and he also, I think it was the next day, told me, called me up, and was like, "Yo, bro, I gotta tell you, I slept with her last night, and the whole time, like he was very honest, and I have a lot of respect for him for doing that. And I feel bad about the way she went down with this particular friend of mine because another former friend who ended up fucking me over, the same dude that abandoned me, was the guy that actually kind of pushed this relationship with this other dude away for whatever reason. I think it's because he felt threatened. I don't know why. There's probably a lot of reasons, but anyway, I'm getting a little caught up in the past here, but just wanted to bring this point up to be like I really appreciated how that former friend of mine took the initiative of his own self to call me and to tell me what he did. That's what friends fucking do. And I did the same thing for Aiden. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use his name, but for another friend in a similar situation. There was a girl that he was seeing, and I'd known about it, and she kind of given me the eye a couple of times, and then after they weren't really like together, I decided because he was kind of like talking to me and fucking flirting with me and shit, and I was in an alcoholic state of mind. I was lonely and shit, so I was like, fuck it, you want to go out sometime? And she even said yes, but she ended up fucking stiffing me. Like she ended up not showing up, so I ended up getting fucked over. And on top of that, I felt horrible. And then as the years proceeded, and as I started to get cleaner and better and healthier and more righteous, because I stopped doing a lot of fucked up shit that I was doing, it dawned on me like that was fucked up. Like that was another dude's girl. Like they'd already had a sacred. See, it's the connection. Like when I already witnessed people, like even if it's not a sacred connection, even if it's just their connection, like if that's just how I feel when I see other people who've already been engaged and they have a thing. Like that's between them too. Like as a friend, like I'm not gonna try to go after my friends' girls. Like I don't like doing that. I don't think it's right to do that unless if it's gonna be done, then it should be done with as much openness and forthcomingness as possible. And all parties should be there for each other to express feelings so that people don't feel left out and hurt and betrayed and all this type of shit, which seems to happen every single time it's not done that way. And sure enough, that's what's happening right now. But anyway, just to go back to it, so and to also to share with y'all that I have done those things because that's what I feel is the right thing to do. And that's also another condition that I have as a friend that I want my friends to have as well. Like if you do have feelings for somebody else, like if I'm with somebody and you happen to have feelings with the person that I'm with, that's okay. I'm not saying don't or it's impossible or you shouldn't. I'm just saying talk with me about it. Talk with me about it. Tell me about it so we can talk about it and we can make sure that we keep our friendship intact as well as dealing with our feelings. Okay? The fact that it has not been talked about is the fucking big issue. Okay? Because that's just deceitful. It's going behind people's backs and all sorts of other shits happen and then jealousies pop up and da 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 da. And that's exactly what's happened. So again, I wanted to further say also and add that I could reach out to homeboy that's doing this. I'm choosing not to because he should be the one to do it because he's the one that committed the wrong. So first off, that should be his duty if he's to be my friend to do that. He's not. So, but I still could, if I really cared enough about the relationship, then I could reach out, and I do want to, and I am planning on it when I'm ready. But as you guys have seen, this has not been the most peaceful and smooth fucking period of my life. So I'm waiting until I'm built up into a good enough and strong enough place within myself to do so. But, this dude that I'm referring to also, he's been off alcohol for like 8, 9, fucking 10, I don't even know. Like I think it's been over 8 years. So he's had himself in a good spot for a while now. He's had other issues, but he hasn't, like, to my knowledge, he has not been dealing with suicidal thoughts and shit like that recently. Okay, if he has, he hasn't told me about it or shared it with anybody. And the times that I ask him how he's doing, because I have asked him in the past few months how he's doing, he told me he was doing fine. So, and I also know that he does know that I have been in a very dark spot. So he is, that's another thing too. Like, you guys are doing all this shit behind my back, knowing how I feel, knowing about all this drama. And while you know what type of state I'm in. Like, for me, like, if I knew that my friend was fucking suicidal and going through all this crazy dark shit, and like me trying to talk to a girl that he has feelings for is creating more of an issue for my friend, I would step away from that situation. That's just me. But that's also what I want in my friends. I don't think that's too much to ask. And if it is, then maybe it's not best for us to be friends. Because that's what I call sacred. That's sacred connections to me. That's how you, like, sacredness is a word, but it takes a very strict requirements and way of doing things in order to actually hold on to that sacred energy. The moment that we desecrate sacredness with acts of deceit and low vibrational sin and shit like that is the moment we lose good touch with that sacredness, and that relationship no longer becomes sacred. It becomes just two other human beings, and that are probably going to be in a position or situation of conflict because